Looks like some more men just showed up to support us. This cop's gonna give him a hard time.
To say you don't care. I don't. God, let them have their. This is public property. Okay, but then respect it. Oh, I'm respecting it. Let them have their event. You know who's cheering for us? The people that are in hell. So you do you, and I'm going to do me. This is public property. You. God is not. That's it. God, this will be brother.
Getting this on film.
Can I give him my bag? All the stuff's in it. Yo, I'm gonna need you to go to 128 North. And they're clapping. Brothers, man.
I cannot believe I'm watching this.
Altar. Oh.
You got it? Yep. Yeah, they're threatening us earlier.
Sir, it's tight. I got a Bible.
I can't believe this is in Reading. I can't believe this is in Reading.
1 Corinthians 6:9.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get started. My name is Enrique Castro. I'm the Executive Director.
Hey guys, I'm Hannah Cox with Ace Politics. This week on COPAGANDA, on June 6th, a street pastor named Damon Atkins was arrested at a pride parade in Reading, Pennsylvania for protesting, which right out the gate raises several First Amendment concerns. There are some exceptions to where and when you can protest. Obviously, you can't block roadways most of the time. You can't always be on private property, but pride events are typically in city streets, they're in public places. And so right away, many people thought this was probably a violation not only of his free speech rights, but also of his freedom of religion because he was there to preach. But according to police, they had cause to arrest him. They claimed that Damon was engaging in disorderly conduct and also engaged in fighting, and they went on to press charges accordingly for both of those things. However, when footage of the incident dropped, it appeared that the cops were not being completely honest. Now, after the video was released, the Berks County District Attorney did release a press statement saying that they were going to drop the charges against him, which was, of course, the right thing to do. Now, I want to make a couple points here because I don't want to be lumped in with somebody who supports what this guy was doing. But that is the importance of the First Amendment, the freedom of association, the freedom of religion, the freedom to speech. You support these things not because you agree with how people use them, but because you agree they are fundamental rights, even when you find how people are utilizing them abhorrent, which I personally do. I can't stand people who use the name of Jesus to behave this way. I think they are absolutely cracked. Nobody wants to deal with a street pastor, okay? I lived in New York City for a little bit. These people are pretty nuts. They're annoying. They're often mentally unwell and need help. And even in these cases where this guy seems pretty sane, they are often really trying to push people's buttons, get under their skin. They're being offensive. Everybody at a pride event in America knows what fundamentalist Christians think about gay people. Okay, we don't need you showing up telling them they're going to hell. They're well aware of what you think. Guess what? Nobody cares. But the point is, he actually does still have a right to show up and say really stupid things at pride events, especially in public places. And so when the police arrested him in this manner, they violated his rights. And the fact that you saw people clapping in favor of that, I think is a really disappointing turn in our country where we no longer believe that people we disagree with have a right to speak. Ultimately, this person wasn't hurting anyone. He was peacefully standing on a public sidewalk and saying his views. Police had absolutely no right to arrest him. But police often arrest people in incidents where they have no right to arrest them. And you better hope that somebody is catching it on video camera, because if not, we often will see police lie about the circumstances in which they make these arrests. They tried to say he was engaging in fighting, that he was engaged in disorderly conduct. None of that is true. He is very obviously peacefully standing there doing nothing wrong. But had there not been in video evidence, they most likely would have been able to succeed with these charges. You need to remember to film everything, and you also need to remember that when police make an arrest, it should not be considered a done deal. You need to ask questions, you need to always be skeptical, and you need to make sure that we get full evidence in all these cases so that even more people are not wrongfully convicted by this system. Fortunately, the charges against Damon were dropped, but that doesn't mean that he didn't lose a day or more of his life, that he didn't have to pay money for bail to get out, that he wasn't having to go through the stress of hiring an attorney and trying to fight these charges until the video did come out. All of those are significant life events that will be traumatizing to somebody and that should be avoided at all costs. And unfortunately, in situations like this, while the charges were dropped, he gets no further recourse from that. He won't be able to sue these cops for wrongfully violating his constitutional rights thanks to things like qualified immunity, and he's basically just going to have to take the L and go about his day. All right, guys, that's a wrap this week. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment letting me know your thoughts, and until next week, stay based.